Hello once again. Alright, so this video is going to be a little rough. I'll say that ahead of time. Just thought I'll make a quick video on gems and where to spend them. Um, a lot of it makes sense after a bit of time in the game, but for some newer people, maybe it's worth to know where to sort of save some gems and how to spend them. It takes a bit of time to comprehend it because there's a few things like the vault where you get a lot of gems and you can start blowing them on summons and stuff. But there's certain aspects of the game where it's worth just saving those gems rather than spending them in other places and sort of things that you should spend gems on a daily basis. So I'm gonna just speak on some of those points. I've got the same thing as I had last time, a little note page on the left hand side of me, so I can sort of take a look and have some talking points and things to maybe consider. So I'll start first things first with gold. So gold. This is the Gold Express. I will say don't spend your gems here. Some people tell you to spend your gems here. I wouldn't spend your gems here. Usually, you have enough gold from your daily stuff to get you through whatever you need, mostly. And for the stuff that's sort of extra, you can go ahead and just use your backpack gold. If a time comes where these are running low and you're then out, yeah, you know what, if you need to upgrade some stuff or you need some spending cash, use this. It's not horrible, but don't just generally don't do it. Use the backpack stuff and you'll see that usually you end up having more gold. There's other resources that will stop you. I've mentioned in the previous video with the 12 tips. Basically, there's things like the beads that are going to slow you down. If you're a spender and you have so many gems that you can just afford to throw it at everything, you know what? Chances are, doesn't matter. You're just going to buy everything. But if you're somebody who's maybe a slight spender, buying a few things here and there, or maybe you're just someone who's free to play and you need to sort of think about how you're going to approach certain resources, gold is probably going to be the least of your worries. So that's one thing to know. Now, mysterious. This one's a big gem spender. You can spend 100 gems on each one of these every single day. Which ones to go for? All right. So my personal thing is right. I I get the stuff from Nest of Dragons. That's the essence. Essence is not as important later in the game, but spending 100 gems a day is not going to ruin you, and it's just good to keep yourself competitive with the rest of the server because everybody else is going to be doing Nest of Dragons for the essence. Very, very likely. The Treasure Island is the same principle as the gem refresh. You might as well. I think you can do. This is better to do. I actually can't remember. I don't remember which one gives more, 430, and this one gives 600. Yeah, so don't even do it. Don't do Treasure Island. It's garbage. The gold you get equivalent is not good. This one is pointless. This one you can do. I think I've done it now for the event. Yeah, but generally, if you're buying any gems in this part of the game, you should look at Nest of Dragons, potentially Lost Forest when you start getting the legendary, because you will get a decent amount over time of your fodder, which you will obviously need for your hero upgrades. But generally, here as a general thing, I don't go for this one either. I probably could. It's 1 star orange gear, which I don't even feel like is that good because, for example, my Terrence, I have a red ring and a red bow. This is orange, so this needs an upgrade and this needs an upgrade. That's fair, but 1 star orange is basically fodder at this point. So even the gear you get from it is not worth it. So I wouldn't go for that aspect of the game. Now, the next thing to talk about is summons. Do not summon, like the previous video, do not summon in singles. That's actually a waste of gems. If you're going to do it in tens. However, I will wait for the Magic Expedition and just spend your gems there. By the end of the Abyss, when the Magic Expedition opens up, chances are you're looking at a decent amount of gold. Not gold, sorry, gems. You're looking at probably having about 4,000 if you're a general player. If you're just buying some basic daily stuff and just saving what the game gives you, you may be looking at like 4,000 or maybe 3,000, even 2,500. There's a lot of good stuff you can grab there for a bit of a discount, so it's worth saving it for that. Anything you get extra, anything you have over, you can maybe spend, but generally just over time, if you're a medium spender, you've got the tree of whatever it's called. I wish I remember the name, but it was the first 2 weeks of the game, and I think it lasted that long. Huge amount of gems. Even if you're sitting at 20,000, do consider just waiting for the magic expedition, because you'll get your wishes cheaper, and over time you get more for your gems. And this is the point of the video, right? It's like there's things you can buy, they're not going to set you back. They're going to give you stuff that you need. However, don't go crazy, because it's just not worth it. You can just wait, get the magic expedition, pick up the stuff. It starts from the beginning. Even when you first get the first magic expedition, the shop is there, all the goodies are there. There's wishes, there's reduced beat costs, there's arena tickets if you're going to spend it in a magic store. There's a lot of stuff. So chill out on that. Just wait. Even if you have 20,000, just wait for the magic expedition. In a couple of weeks, if you're not a big spender, your gems are going to whittle away. Don't blow it all. Just go through it, because in the beginning, if you get up too many heroes, you end up leveling up a lot, and that leads to just a lot of problems. With the soul altar resetting things and trying to figure out who's going to be your main hero, people telling you things. Maybe 2 weeks into the game, you get into the game Discord and you learn what heroes are good and what heroes are bad, and then you start changing things. It gets very hectic. So if you're starting the game, pay attention to that, because I feel like it's very likely you will suffer from that. So just take a moment, relax, just take your time, wait for the magic expedition, spend your gems there, and then just chill. Like right now, I could at this moment, some way or another, get 100 gems, and I could do a multi summon, but I know that in a total of 2 days, pretty much 3 days, the Abyss Battlefield will end, and the Magic Expedition comes out, and when that does, I want to have gems for it. If I don't, then I'm basically just losing, because I'm spending all of it in just normal stuff. You just wait, right? Just wait. It's up to you, though. These are just opinions. These are my opinions. Some of these things people will tell you to 100% do, and I'm wrong. Well, if they do tell me, please do tell me in the comments so people can see them. If not, then maybe in half a year, no, maybe in a month's time, I'll make another video saying some of the extra stuff got edited because I've learned my lesson or whatever. But take this from someone who's playing the game now for, I think it's about 2 months, so that should give you a rough idea that if you're comparing yourself to a person who's played for a week and someone who's played for 2 months, I'm hoping at this point I'd happen to know more than you, but we'll see. Next thing I'm going to talk about is Abyss Battlefield. So that is something that you get to do on a daily basis for 3 days, and then is the Magic Expedition. So here you're trying to just get the most damage possible, right? So in this, I would get the gem challenges, because you get the currency to get some from the shop, and you get some good stuff. So I picked up the bow earlier today, put that onto my Terrans. It's not the elemental, like the type that I need, but it still works. So I spend it here. Don't do the refreshes if you're competing and you just generally want to get this stuff, but things will still come to you over time. I'd also even say that initially, when some of the gear down here is going to be garbage, so you can just hold out, take your time, and and save up that currency, and just buy the good stuff when it comes out. When this stuff becomes available, this is basically end game for you. It doesn't go beyond red. I think this is the last one. The only thing you can really do is get the faction specific buffs for 30% of all your stats, and then I think after that is the upgrades through these things, which start dropping as well. But like 2,400 for weapons like this is just not worth it. Unless you're a big whale, just step away, leave these alone. Just wait for Abyss. Abyss will come around, and eventually, if you're playing it correctly, you will end up having all red gear on your heroes, and then it's basically a 1-to-1 conversion between the two. So you're fine. It's okay. It's not a big deal, right? So that's the next thing. Now we're going to talk about time skips. Now this is probably the one that everyone will be aware of. Time skips are basically available in every idle game out there. So if it's an idle game, it's going to have an ability to skip time, because if a game's based on how much time you've played and how much resources you get when you're not playing, the idle aspect is going to be huge. So in this, it's there. You get an hour, and then until you fill up the bar, then you get a much bigger boost. In this one, I have, I think I still do. I don't know if I do. No, it's Kingdom benefits. Oh no, I ran out of this, right? So this gives me extra boost per day. I ran out of it. I had it before, but generally, it's I think it's worth it to do it until you get to a certain stage, because if you notice, the experience is not a big deal, and neither is the essence eventually and the gold. This stuff for events is useful, but at the same point of what you're getting for the gem cost, it may not be worth it. So basically, if you're not a huge spender, just chill on this. I don't think it's even worth getting that pass eventually. Just do your 5. That's more than enough. If you need your 7 or 8, however much you get, fair. But eventually, it's not going to be as useful. So it's your sort of choice on how you approach that. You can chill out for a bit and just wait to the stage where it doesn't mean as much. You'll get there eventually. It's not a huge race. If you're sitting at maybe 20th on the server, chances are you're not competing for the big prizes and prizes. So you can just relax and stick with the 5. It's not a big important one. You can still get it and go through it. It's up to you. But basically, I mean, I didn't even notice it was gone. The price hacks up when the event is out. You can go to way further, but each skip of an hour ends up costing you a total of 200 gems, which is not worth it. So it's sort of like if you're in the beginning of the game, getting that pass and doing the time skips can be worth it if you're trying to be competitive with the server. But eventually, you'll get to the stage where it's actually detrimental to you because the resources you get won't be useful. It doesn't give you beads, right? It doesn't give you beads. Oh, does it give you beads? Oh, it does give you beads, but it's not much. You're looking at barely any, so it's not a big deal. Just chill out for now. If you're not a big spender, do it up to 200 gem cost, and then stop at 100. I wouldn't go beyond that. That's my sort of 2 cents on that. But if you're going to spend, like I said, the video won't be as useful for you. But if you're sort of paying attention to your resource requirement, you will notice that you generally don't want to be spending too much, just throwing it down the drain, because you have so much essence down the line. You won't even be able to use it anymore. You'll need beads, and that's the most important thing. If you're going to spend money on time skips, gem wise, as well as getting that pass, you might as well just get yourself the kingdom passes. I don't have this. Maybe I'll get it down the line when I really need it, but it's a good amount, and eventually I may pick it up when I reach the end for a big bonus and level up my characters. But for now, I don't need it, so I'm going to wait. This one, I thought it was huge before, but I don't feel like it's as valuable anymore. It's still good, but it's a good amount of fodder. I ain't gonna lie, but I would like to have it, but it's fine. I'll maybe wait for the magic pass and then get that eventually. But I'm not gonna hold on too long for time skips. I'm gonna move on to hero resets. So you get a free hero reset on the altar, right? And for resetting your levels is 20. That's fine. The hero basically stays the same. You just take off all the gear, get back the essence, get back the beads you spent on them, the gold. Um, the runes come off them. That's fine. That's cheap. If you want to do this, if you somehow leveled up 6 and you realize you don't need 6, then it's fine. However, for here, you're going to realize the cost gets stupid. So this one here is at 500 gems. This one here is at 300. Someone bigger, like this Tell here, is 1,500. Basically, save this for your wish list. You may get a hero that you get a lot of copies of as soon as you hit 7, I think 7. So 4, 2, and 2. So 8. I don't know. Anyway, so as long as you get enough copies to get them to 11 star, essentially you want to get that first character up. So don't reset all the random characters. Just get one character to 11, unlock your wish list, and then use that currency to reset them if they're not a good hero. That's the way forward, because you just want to get the wish list unlocked ASAP for the sake of all your other heroes and just not spending too much gems, just summoning blindly, trying to hope for a character. So relax. Essentially, just wait. Characters will go up, and when you get your wish list, use that reset. Don't reset too much. Don't go mental. Which also means be careful with leveling up characters. So in the case of, let's say, my Cardinal, maybe the fodder I put into Diana is just not worth it because she's 6 and it doesn't make a huge difference, right? But then, for example, here with Tell, maybe I would need the fodder for Tell, but now I have O'Shea, Gisela, and Eric up at this stage, which, to be fair, taking them apart might give me enough to have enough eventually to get Tell up. But for now, I'm relaxing. Maybe Eric should be the next because I have 3 Erics. Maybe 11 will be the next one, but now I have Gisela and O'Shea up. So be careful with the upgrades on those characters. Just chill out. Don't go crazy with upgrading until you really need to. If you need to progress through the campaign because you have 2 boss stages now, maybe that's the time. But usually you're going to be at an okay stage where you can mix your team around, put in some good tanks like a Lionel that can tank it, and you'll be fine. You'll be okay. But yeah, be careful with that gem spending. Save it. The first one is going to be a big deal. All right. Now, I said before, don't buy gear with gems. That's the next topic I want to talk about, but I pretty much covered it. Don't buy the gear with gems. It's just not worth it. None of the stuff in the magic shop for gems for those things is worth it, because eventually you get to the stage with the gear that's pretty much close to it, or of what you're finding, or even better than what you're buying, is going to be available from your idle rewards, and therefore it's not worth it. Just relax, wait for a bit, you'll get there eventually. Those things will start dropping. Instead of gems, they'll be dropping for things. When you're buying things that will last you forever, it's a bit of a different story because you're just getting one up on what you have. However, with some things where they're gonna get obsolete within a week or two, why bother? Like, why spend 3,000 gems for it? No point. All right. Uh, Next thing is when you first start, don't go mental on arena event. That's actually one of them. So some people that start the game realize there's a huge event that gives you a bunch of summons, right? And this event is amazing. It's 30 summons is nothing to laugh at. That's a good amount. But don't go crazy on this event when you first begin. Some people see this, start buying it for 50 gems, and buy out the store. If you're gonna do it, you might as well wait a couple of days, because if you buy these, which is what I did to finish off the event today, which I'm even at fault of doing this, but buying these, right? So for you can buy this day by day, and that event will get finished easily. But people are not aware that you can refresh and get these back and pick up another 480, so it'll cost you, the same as that. So you can pick up these two and do that. People sometimes just go straight into the arena and go crazy with it. Like, you just end up seeing like, oh yeah, I need to fight it, and they end up spending 50. That's a just yeah. You end up spending 50 each time you do it, trying to waste your gems. And I've done that before when I first started. Didn't do it the best way with gems at that point. So be careful of that. Don't go crazy. These events last a long time. Take some time, take a day or two, or do the smart refreshes, buy it from the Magic Store, or wait for Magic Expedition. Even that has a bit of a discount on it. So it gives you multiple options. The other one's actually kind of the other tip I want to talk about is actually quite specific to people that are decently high up. So advanced arena. I'm chilling out. I have 9 tickets. I'm just getting this basic stuff. Not yet, but basically on this, it's worth for you to wait a second. What's my formation? Jesus, it's a bit of a mess. I haven't edited it for a while. Oh my god, there's 4 on each one. Oh no. I don't know. Nah, it's a bit of a boost. Anyway, so I was gonna say with this, save it, right? Just save it, because you can save the gems and then use these tickets. Sorry, at the end, people won't be attacking you because you're not giving them as much points. In the end, you'll just blow through everyone and get a higher rank than you should have, right? That's one thing. However, don't spend your gems to do the extra attacks. Just until the end. There's no point. You're gonna get more points, and that means you're worth more points, and then people will hit you for harder. So you're spending 50s for no reason. Wait till literally like the last uh, 10 minutes, and then just go crazy on it. Just berserk at the end. Don't spend it on this. Be careful. People end up spending 800 gems for some seeds, which is fine. It's not a problem. It's a good deal still, but you might as well get that deal without spending a crazy amount of gems, right? Because one seed is 700 in the Magic Expedition, or 750, which is not a bad deal. But what I'm saying is, be careful, because you might as well get things for cheaper by thinking ahead. Just don't go crazy. Don't go mental. Anyway, I think I'm going to end it there for this, to be fair, with the gems. There's probably a couple other things I could cover. Maybe there's going to be another video down the line, but I just don't want to take too long. I just wanted to make a quick video so you guys can get a sort of rough idea on where to spend your gems. Don't go crazy. You'll get a lot of gems when you first begin, because typically your team grows really fast. So the endless trial, when you unlock the faction tower, you'll get a big boost of gems. You'll get huge rewards. Gems will be coming in really fast. But you'll realize after you reach a certain point that the Magic Expedition shop is a lot better than just the standard magic shop. You realize certain things that you need to spend, but if I tell you some of these things a bit earlier, even if I'm not 100% correct on everything, like I need to do some maths and stuff, but like for example, Guild Prey is not a bad thing to spend your currency on, but I'm also wondering, like, is this worth it for the amount, like a single attack from the guild is worth 1.6k at the end, right? And you're getting 500 for 100 gems, and I'm trying to think of like how worth it is that. There's a lot of maths to be involved. Generally, though, I'd say do take these. It's fine. That's free. That's 50. That's 100. Pick them up. It's not horrible, but to me, it's just interesting. Uh, Take this. But yeah, like just relax. It's fine. But I'm gonna end it there. Finish this off with this. garbage. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hope it helped. For newer players, much more of a bigger deal. For older players, not so much. But you know, what can I do? What can I do? You know, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, it may be good. Anyway, take care. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you guys in the next one. The next one's a summon video.